Now, how about drums, an instrument everybody loves? Now, how about drums, an instrument?
Call the spaceships to Davenport, prepare for divanarchy, and interface with a couch in space. It's space couch time. Super happy to be back. Let me just do a little bit of that. And all right, space couch tears. This is going to be great. So much going on in the world of Space Couch, which isn't really true because we don't live on a world. We fly through the cosmos interviewing wonderful industrial musicians. And not only that, we got some great non-musician guests coming up. But today we are going deep on some friends of mine. It's gonna be, that sounded weird. We're gonna get into that shortly. Right now, we're going to do a little bill paying with some advertising. It's Tiger Squawk Records. You want to check out. Chaos Tracer just released their debut EP out of Ireland. It's really wonderful. Beta Virus, new single, Casting Curses from Science Fiction. You also want to check out Batavia's Mythos. It's amazing. You want to get Squawk Jams, the Jock Drams tribute compilation. This was so much fun. Pixel Eyes from Ghost Proxy out of Canada. You want to check out the Church of Bryantology. I put together all my projects for a free release. Check that out. Anhedonia is finally out from Aaliyah. Double Dragon Con, the new song from the Gossicles. Get that free for a Dragon Con thing. 4 singles from Sega Lugosi, and that's all at tigersquawkrecords.bandcamp.com or the URL you see on the screen. We're just going to do a little bit, before we bring out our guests, we're going to do a little bit of maintenance check right here, just because I'll tell you now that we are precipitously close to the asteroid belt. It's screwing with can't speak today. I gotta redo the upload link in my brain. But it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. So, super duper excited about today's guest. It was inevitable, I think, that they would show up on Space Couch, but happy it's going on. Is this video running okay? I can't quite tell. Oh, it looks good. Okay, great. All right, so let's just, we're going to go back in time while looking forward to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome KARKASAURUS. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
Well, because of the time dilation going all the way back to the Cretaceous, things happen sort of out of sequence. So you at home may see my forehead to top nose in the Precambrian forest there that Carcasaurus lives in, but that's okay. The time variance and all that, we all saw Loki. It's fine. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining Space Couch. I'm really excited to have you both.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, hey, DJ Shizza from Scilab is in the chat room. So let's do this just because I'm super excited about it. The Boomstick single is out now, available at carkasaurus.bandcamp.com, unless I got that URL wrong.
That is spot on.
That's how we do. Let's take a little bit of a listen to this just to set the foundation for our on.
Who wants? Who wants to have a list? Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick. You got that? Now I start. The next one of you primates even touches it. Yeah!
Our menu has recently changed. So that is Volcanic Lava Hot. Tell me about the creation of this single.
Yeah, so basically I was watching Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And, they've got this sample of him with his shotgun.
Right.
And I'm like, actually, I really just want to sample that.
Yeah,
I took it, I dropped it into Ableton, and the next thing just start putting elements in.
Fantastic. There is that.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's not even a choice. I think most of our audience is in industrial bands and just be watching a movie going, well, I got to do it now. It's not like I'll slot that away it's happening. It's like you
got to do it now.
You hear it and you're like, that's the song. There it is.
Yeah, you just hear that crux, for me, it was just hearing boomstick. I'm like, yeah, that's
awesome.
Boom,
Awesome.
boom, boom.
And how should we address you here at home? Give us your names.
Everyone calls me Pee-wee.
Pee-wee?
And I'm Kark.
All right, Pee-wee.
Mark with a K.
Okay. Mark with a K, Kark and Pee-wee. So is that your normal process? Like you sort of do the initial foundation, Pee-wee, for music writing?
Well, to be honest, I'm actually new to producing.
Okay.
I've only been producing for 2 years, maybe. Well,
Get the fuck out of here.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this for like 15 years. I've been working on electronic stuff, and he's come out of it and just so good in no time. It's great. I can put my feet up really now, and I'll just let him do the work, and I'll just be the face.
So just before lockdown, we got together and we did a remix for ESA, and I think that's the only track we've ever been able to do in the studio together.
Oh, really?
Because we live far apart. We live about 200 miles apart, and then just from a sheer point of the coronavirus, just meant that we've not been able to get in the studio again. So. But we share things backwards and forwards all the time via.
Yeah, and we'll each start tracks, ping them across, and bounce it backwards and forwards and share it. So it's really great. I've never done it collaboratively like this with someone, and it's good fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've had a range of experiences in the collaborative world, so it's really cool that you guys have been able to make it work. And go on.
Yeah, so Kark comes from an industrial background. I come from a hard dance background. Mm-hmm. So you can hear that in our tunes. You can hear the hard style and the industrial. That's why practically everything we've done is, 150 BPM. But
at least.
At least, going up to 200 really, but then
yeah,
just
well, Petrol Bastard was 220, I think.
Cool. That is a pretty good description of your sound, because you'll get these 16th note frontline assembly ass bass lines, and then like, oh, okay, we're doing
What's going on there?
Yeah, the wonderful mashup. Well, you have set me up wonderfully for the next thing I wanted to ask is, let's get that time machine going back even a little bit further and get all the sound effects. Just fill them in. Yeah, props. Awesome. Well, Attrition brought his childhood army toy on that he named the band after. So, like, you were in good company with your dinosaur. We'll do the superhero origin story. We like to say, how did Kark evolve? Again, pardon the pun, into this world.
We just kept getting booked for gigs at the same time. We were trying to do as much DJing as we could, and people kept booking us on the same bill. And so I think it was like the second time we played Bristol together, and we're like, oh, should we just do it together? And then it's, how do you do that? Don't know. So we came round, Pee Wee brought his decks round, and we were meant to spend a really sober, sensible evening learning how to back. We went out for a nice meal, got horrendously drunk, and then we DJ for like 6 hours into like the wee small hours of the morning.
Awesome. So
and I think we finished that session and we were like, yeah, we can DJ back to back. And yeah, we just ended up thinking, yeah, that works. And the idea from, I think, was always to be silly outfits. Don't take ourselves too seriously and just go and have fun.
I love that.
That's always been the thing. If you're not having fun, there's no point. So.
Tess Matthews says, "You guys sober? Never." But
love you, Tess. That's Duracell Bunny.
Oh, hey, what's up? Well, that's interesting. I've not heard of these distinctions. Get a little blurry with electronic music, of course, but it like in my experience, it's usually like, dude, I'm gonna crack open like my completely pirated copy of Cubase, and I'll make some music, and then I'll kind of get into playing other people's music and check out this whole DJ thing. But rarely have I heard a new air quotes band coming out of a combined DJ set. So there had to be a moment where you're like, okay, yeah, we can mix whatever XP8 into Grendel, but like, what if we kind of do our own thing? Or like,
I think it was quite often, oh shit, we want this mashup. Nobody's made this mashup. Oh, we need to make a mashup. And it started out just stuff we wanted in our sets that didn't exist yet. So
awesome.
There was a lot of bets going. Like someone was, oh, I bet you can't do that.
Oh yeah, it was bet you can't mix New Kids on the Block with The Prodigy.
Oh wow!
So I did. I've got like 180 BPM. New Kids on the Block versus Prodigy that we did for Infest.
Well,
he hates it. He hates that as well.
But I mean, so then you're doing these mashups, and then some new tracks start to sort of like come out of that. It sounds like you're like, I mean, we can speed whatever Gravity Kills up to 200 BPM, but like, what if I just toss in my own arpeggiations? And is that kind of how it happened, or is that nothing?
Well, to be fair, like, we DJ so many different style of events in the UK. So we DJ industrial events and then a lot of hard dance gigs as well.
Okay.
So, like we are booked occasionally just to play 200 plus.
Oh,
we start at 200 BPM and we just go up, like
air
it's a
conditioners.
completely different mentality to doing a goth event where we'll start at, I don't know, 120 or but because we do all these different events, we bring it, like parts of it cross over into the other things we do. And they always cross over into the studio, like you think, I'm doing it for that genre, why can't I do it for that one? And Kark doesn't actually understand genres at all,
It's music. Music is good. I like.
Love it. There you go. Well, is the dinosaur angle just sort of like a natural kind of emergent property, or was there like a decision like, all right, let's go full dinosaur?
That's Pee Wee.
So as you might have seen, the name KARKASAURus. Well, Mark is called Kark.
Okay.
And I'm called Pee-wee.
Oh.
The Pee-wee doesn't really work anywhere in a back-to-back name, so instead I put my love of dinosaurs.
So you're a dinosaur person.
Yeah, I like dinosaurs. So
okay, great.
I'm the Saurus. Here's the Kark. So the love of dinosaurs. That's why it
snaps into focus. Love it. Oh man. Like the tail of an ankylosaur snapping powerfully into donk. Yes, there you go.
Just donks it right in there.
And yeah, we started doing the old dinosaur thing, and then people started turning up to gigs dressed as dinosaurs.
Oh man,
it was we closed Infest, and we'd basically decided Friday was going to be Dino Fest.
Okay.
And we got everybody, and it was like people who didn't even know that we were playing who we were wearing like dinosaur earrings, and we were like, oh, brilliant, you've really got into it. And they're like, yeah, it was the theme for the day. We don't know why. I'm like, oh, great, this has really got out of hand.
Oh, amazing. Oh, so
we had, I think, 9 full-size dinosaur, like the inflatable dinosaur costumes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With like 4 or 5 of them were like our crew.
Amazing.
And then there were just random people we didn't know had turned up in dinosaurs.
Well, let's take a look. I have video footage of something. I don't know if this is Infest.
I think I think it is Infest.
Well, it sounds like what you're describing either way. Here's a little taste for you at home, or perhaps out in space as well, of KARKASAURUS live. That is going to be Shift 8.
Now, how about drums? An instrument
Pick up the bass, that's cool.
Let me show you the new sound.
Back. Okay, so we just got a taste of KARKASAURUS live. That was not the aforementioned Infest show. Quick shout out to Infest. Gossip was played in 2008, and it was awesome. But
incidentally, that was my very first industrial gig.
Was it really?
Was that Infest? My very first industrial band was you.
Oh wow!
So
yeah, I was really drunk.
So was I. I think I told your bandmate that it was so funny I pissed myself, and they didn't seem to get that was just a saying. They literally seemed to think that I'd actually pissed myself.
I mean, it's the circumstances were right that could have been an authentic statement.
It's true.
Yeah. Infest stories on another time, because we're talking KARKASAURUS. What we just saw was filmed, as I understand it, during lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty ambitious lockdown project.
So yeah, we basically worked with a brand. We were residents to a brand called Extreme, and they were trying to do an online event like saving nightclubs. So we got invited to do a DJ set, and we're like, well, we've got a whole stage, we've got dinosaurs. Mark wanted to use his electric guitar more, and we actually had a live singer there as well, not in that clip. But the whole idea of the live project is not just being a DJ act; it's bringing in more instruments, and dancers and singers, and trying to make it more than 2 blokes stood behind some decks playing.
We want to really get it so people enjoy, and it's different each time as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like it should always be a different show you see us. You're not going to get the same set every single time.
Right.
Like that.
Patty Thompson says hello, Kark.
Woo, Patty.
That's so awesome. Like I would love to see it live, and I think I may have an opportunity because tell me if this is announceable, but there may or may not be some resistance involved.
Yes.
We
are very excited for that.
Awesome. Well, what is it going to be like? Karkasaurus live, or like what you would call a DJ set, or like what's the flavor?
Well, to be honest, Resistance was the first industrial festival I went to.
Oh, nice.
And it's the first, and it's also one of the ones that means so much to both of us.
Totally.
So when we got booked, and I think the only thing we've been told is you're not allowed to play industrial. We're
in the rave cave.
You're in the rave cave. So apart from that, we haven't been told that we're not allowed to do anything.
Okay. Oh.
So
awesome.
We probably will be bringing
some special guests. I think we'd like. I think I spoke to a certain American chap.
All right. Sweet.
About singing a song we did with him. So.
Well, apropos of absolutely not that at all. You did an amazing remix of. I'm sorry, I got too excited about my segue. Everybody, be sure to check out Karkasaurus at the upcoming Resistance Festival. That is, of course, now in April of 2022. Oh,
hopefully.
Let's do a quick just dip into that, because it was, it's a very, very important festival to the Gothsicles as well, with the whole first band, last band thing. And, it goes away, right? And then it's coming back. Have you heard Resistance is coming back? Holy fucking shit. And then,
so psyched.
Oh no. Okay. And to be perfectly honest, like when Leighton pushed it back a year, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, talk about overkill. And then and then heartbreak, another whole year. So at long last, we're really looking forward to it. Much love to Leighton and Corporation and Phil and all involved. And check out Karkasaurus at that upcoming festival. It's going to be just a celebration of life. I don't know.
It's always had like this feel of just a massive, dirty house party. Mm-hmm. So Infest is like, it's got summer camp.
It's got summer camp.
It's like intensity about it. And that it's just hell for leather for 3 days.
And giant, dirty, lumbering beast with a brain, a forebrain and a brain in its butt, much like a brontosaurus. I don't know if that...
But it's because the venues, if you've never been to the venue, it's dirty. It's quite horrible in certain places. It's dingy. And it's kind of absolutely if you've been there, it's brilliant. Because it's just like, it feels like you go there and it's home.
It's the best. It's the best.
Leighton books artists that, are probably that little bit on the harder edge. Mm-hmm. Like you've got often like XB8, and then you've got people like organ donors coming in. And you've just got this harder, the harder sounds from Germany, the harder sounds from, and it's just a little bit more pumping than some of the other festivals going on. And it's just, it really suits my personal tastes as an art,
Test Matt.
So it's exciting to be able to close it out.
They clean it every day before opening, and it never helps. It's not that dirty. It's not.
You don't want to remove the level of dirt. That's what's holding the walls together.
I've been to some pretty gnarly places. This corporation.
Yeah. It's not that.
If you order
great, I would play there.
If you order the vodka there, and then they have the actual vodka below the, just in case you get cork vodka, because
vodka flavored drink.
Vodka drink. Love it.
It's ethanol, I think.
Well. For the real thing, for the real mind-altering experience, check your schedule for Karkasaurus come April 2022.
Closing set.
Very nice, very nice. Well, you are certainly no stranger to the live show experience. On the other side, having booked the Gothsicles at Slimelight and thrown a number of your own events in the meat space as well as online. We've seen the clip because I fucked up the buttons and cut to it a couple times already. But you've done some amazing online sets between the two of you. Let's take a look at this is from one of the last online shows. I think this is the Karkasaurus Presents. This will be. The only way we can stay in this world so long. So that was some online stuff. To say nothing of everything you've done for Beat Cancer, the Beat Cancer, with this giant movement. So how is the? We'll get into the Beat Cancer side of it in a second, but like in organizing all the online shows that you did, you know, the Godsicles and Bionic Animal and played these wonderful shows. How is that versus setting up something like the Beat Cancer Festival at Slimelight that we played?
Had its challenges.
Yeah.
I think certain acts, like, for example, DJs often or not have got decks or they had equipment and DJs could do a set. Bands didn't, so bands were very difficult to get set out of because they weren't set up. They had no idea. So you'd message them going, "Can we have a set for our event?" And they'd be like, "We could do it in maybe 2 months' time." And you're like, "Yeah, no, it's not how it works." You know, like a DJ, you can be, "Are you free Friday?" And they'll do it.
Right.
Even at the same time, we had no idea. We'd never done anything like this. But Pee-wee worked in video and stuff, but the live streaming thing, I was like, "What are we going to do?" And you said, "Well, we use a Twitch," and I'm like, "What's a Twitch? What is that?"
But then we set up as well as part of a group of DJs, the GRR Radio, and so Duracell Bunny, who.
Simon Penguin.
Yeah.
And Saucy Jez.
So that was basically us just regularly putting on an event during lockdown.
That was really great.
That we decided only half an hour sets, kept changing until someone couldn't stand, pretty much. Pretty much the one last member left.
Me at 10 in the morning usually. Sat in my kitchen because it started off like we were piping everybody all into us and then feeding it back out onto one stream, and we'd started this with like cobbled together. I think we had like video would come in on Zoom, and then audio would come in on live sets, which was just like an audio only stream, and it was all mixed in my kitchen and then sent back out again.
Wow, cool.
Slightly clunky.
But yeah, we had loads of really, really good guests. And to be fair to everybody who was watching and sharing, people donated a lot of money, like crazy amounts of money. So we did almost everything for, most of it was Beat Cancer, but we did lots for other smaller charities. And people's generosity over them. Never ceased to amaze me.
That's really great, man.
And just like your time, you spent time doing a set for us. Other people gave their time, and it's lovely to work with so many people.
It was one of my favorite online sets of the whole lockdown.
We did a lot. Stunning.
Thank you. Well,
it's amazing.
Speaking of stunning, I know I'm all over the place here, but you guys are so multifaceted. I want to get it all in. Pee-wee, you are a video ninja blade adept. This is available on YouTube, of course. We'll just play a clip here, but we were followed by a wonderful, I don't know what you would call this, creation, collage, conjuration from the demonic or supernal realms. We're not quite sure. This is just a tick of meme overload. You've seen this a couple times because I'm stupid and put the shortcut at Shift A, but that's all right. Here we go. Or the one time I want to play it, we can't do it. Here we go.
Now, how about drums? An instrument everybody loves. Listen to this. Bass drums. Snare drums. Hi-hat when it is closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is rock and roll. Ziggy Bot Brain.
Persona transformation.
that's so good.
Yeah, I still can't believe that's not been taken down off YouTube yet.
Yeah.
Well,
they took down our was it Tom's Diner versus Venga Boys mashup? That one's been taken down. Not for the music, for the video, because it used the actual video.
oh,
So we need to do a new video for it.
Well,
but yeah, no. In terms of actually, like, lockdown was one of those weird things that I actually work as a web developer, web designer. So like creativity is just something that I do, and over lockdown it just went, actually I really want to produce this really stupid meme video. So I thought of all the stupidest things. So like, the badger thing.
Covered
like,
that back in the day.
Shrek, I'm an ogre,
It's
just
so
anything that was that sort of early meme, like 2010, and I just put it into a video and just cut it.
Well,
yeah,
the you
half
at home before
they
pick up on the to say nothing of the TNA, just the amazing mind blowingness of it may get it yanked off of YouTube. So everybody check that out from KARKASAURUS now while you can. Patty says that was beautiful. Also says that ESA mix is banging. Which it is. Sword Cane remix you did is just spouting fire. Do you have like we get a little highfalutin kind of kumbaya sometimes on this show. Do you have like a remix philosophy, or is that too highfalutin and you just sort of you listen to the song in the car and hear like, okay, I'm gonna lock in on that?
It's to a certain extent, it's just honor the original track, but make sure it's something new has always been my thing. I don't want it to sound just like you've just dropped a beat on it. It's got to be a new thing. And I think that's because that's what I've learned from remixes that I've loved that other people have done.
Yeah.
Over the years.
That's amazing.
And I think everything we've done recently, that one we actually did do sat together.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I think the mentality was always because I think the original was 110. We sped it up 40 BPM, and it was always going to be 150, whether or not Jamie really approved of that or not. But that was our mentality was, he's given us the remix kit. That's our sound, so we're going to do it like that.
Very cool.
And
very cool.
Occasionally we do stuff, we produce it, and it just doesn't sound good, or we kind of go, no, it doesn't work like that. But it's been pretty good, to be honest. And
very cool. Yeah,
and Jamie was a gent as well with that. So because he played the very first Beat Cancer gig, he agreed to headline that. So I've known him for years, and we were like nailing. I think it was like spent 2 or 3 hours just trying to nail one little bit of timing in it on a call in the middle of the night with him, and it was brilliant to work with him. So
he's the best. Well, that brings me into something I'd like to talk about, like Beat Cancer. You've been working on that for a while now, man. Do you
11 years?
11
years. 9 years. Something 9 years, I think.
And Pee-wee touched on this a bit before with the quantity you've brought in of donation, but I was wondering if we could take a moment to just sort of reflect on the success of Beat Cancer. I mean, it came into my world, of course, in 2016. Resistance Festival with that chiptune thing and wonderful giveaway we composed with some friends. That's kind of how we got to know each other a bit, Mark. Or Kark. Sorry to give your secret.
Any which way. I answer to anything.
That's how we do here on Space Couch. International waters, baby, no rules. Right. So tell me about your thoughts on Beat Cancer now in this year of our Lord 2021.
It's a whole huge thing, like because it started off just me running it, and a couple of labels that work with me and help me, and then people have kind of come on board, and then last year we went, right, we need to do this properly, and we've now got a board of 7 of us to do it, so we spent the last year working out how to make sure it works well. and we can survive doing it because obviously everybody's got jobs, everybody's got everything else going on. But yeah, we want to slowly ramp back up into the gigs. We've got October 23rd. We're doing one in the Face Bar here in Reading. That's our local venue. And then we're plotting for one probably later next year in Reading as well. But just see how it goes, really. But we want to keep that online thing because it's a really nice space for like people who can't get out to the club, people who don't get out anymore. They've got kids, they've got families, they've got kind of disabilities and stuff that don't let them get out and go to a gig. So we're going to try and do that with the gigs going forward as well.
So our Beat Cancer in Reading, we are actually streaming live actually on Twitch at the same time. So you over in the States, you'll be able to tune into the gig as well.
Fantastic. Well, Reading seems pretty great. I mean, all I know about it is through my association with KARKASAURUS, but very happy to hear that. For the uninitiated at home, I don't know if everyone in my American audience is familiar with Beat Cancer, but you do, of course, as the name would imply, a lot of charity work for cancer research and things of that nature.
Yeah, it's research, treatment, and care. So we raise money and then grant it out to. We look for kind of small non-profit organizations, ideally if they can be vegetarian friendly sort of research as well. We work with we've donated some to the University of Sussex. It's doing a really cool thing. Our friend Simon Mitchell works on it, and it's kind of like biochemical modeling. And
I didn't know you were that close to the actual.
Yeah, we try and get really as much involved with the people that we grant to.
That's really cool because I'm sorry to keep jumping in. I just haven't heard that before because there's sort of the fear, if that's the right word to use. Like, I'm gonna make this giant nest egg of money and just give it and hope that you don't just snort it. You know what I mean? Like
So one of the other things was like we always did a Halloween show in Peterborough, so we went and donated to the local hospice there. And Mark actually went and delivered the money almost in person and with a check with the owners.
Wow.
And they took us on a tour of the facility, and it was beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful places I've been to.
So you'll donate to hospices and as well as the cancer research.
But also to do it in a place that we actually put the gig.
Oh, wow.
Like, so the gig was in there, and then the hospice is down the road. That's kind of special.
That is very cool. Like that's the level of involvement I haven't yet seen. It's literally this.
So Infest is the same. Infest was, charities around Bradford. So.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that. I just.
This year we've got it's a hospice in Glasgow. We'll be raising money for with Infest because Infest does 3 charities each year, and we're involved in the decision on the kind of cancer-based one.
That's
so
amazing.
We've got the Prince and Princesses of Wales Hospice in Glasgow.
Let's check out Prince and Princess Hospital of Wales in Glasgow, everybody. So you'll be doing Infest this coming Infest.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's a stay Infest, but we're actually going to be coming from the venue. Last year we did it from living rooms around the country, and this year we'll actually be kind of running a couple of stages in the venue.
Cool.
With
and they asked
like a crowd of 100.
They actually asked us idiots to host it again.
Yeah.
So Infest and Resistance. That's cool.
So we're now actually on the Infest crew. So
wow, damn, coming full circle.
Yeah. So which is quite cool, and we actually are then going to be on the main stage along with the two broadcasters, Lee and Tess, and Biomechanical is also one of the other ones.
Biomechanical.
So Matt will be there as well as the other one.
Yeah, I only corrected you there because I got the opportunity to do it because I kept saying biomechanical when we were on his show. I said it like 300 times. So I'm just.
I've known Matt for like 10 years, so I like to do it just to wind him up. To be honest.
No. Hi, Matt, if you're watching.
Love it.
Hi, Matty baby. He played Slimes last night. He's got to be asleep right now.
So Slimes is like open.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
Awesome.
ESA, Alien Vampires, Biomechanical, and somebody else, and I can't remember who, which is really bad.
Sounds like a pretty fire lineup right there.
Yeah.
Would love
I think
to
all our friends are dead right now, so it must have been good.
Well, they will have the opportunity to check you out then at the upcoming Infest. I didn't know that that was going. Do you know the dates about when that's happening?
It's the 29th of August, the Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, it's literally 2 weeks away. We're slightly terrified.
Coming right up. Goodness
28th
gracious.
of August, Saturday, 28th of August.
All right, so
live and online.
Live and online.
So the last online show did. People donated £8,000. It was about £8,000 in the end. So that's about what is it? $9,000, is it? Or was it the other way? So a lot of money.
Dude. No. Pounds are kicking dollars' butts right now. But that's quite a sum. Well done. That's you got to feel pretty good about that.
Well,
it's great fun. We had.
What's that?
And it was great fun. We had amazing acts. You had like IMX, and then you had like Paratronics DJing from Germany, and you had people DJing from Bunker Club in Dresden. And it's just like
IMX.
Real variety.
Cool, man.
Quite humbling.
That's really great. Well, we will be sure to check you out online if we can't. It's not like a ticketed event. Like we couldn't just show up.
Completely free online.
I mean, but if we wanted to, if someone was in Bradford, they couldn't just like roll up on Infest.
They're doing they're doing 80 tickets.
80 tickets. All right, so check that out if you can. If you're in the beautiful Bradford area of England, and yeah, like always happy to be in England. Might we ever see you on this side here in the States?
We would love to.
Awesome. So promoters
will travel.
All right, yeah, there you go. Any promoters here in Boston or otherwise, we'll see if we can make that happen.
Absolutely love to do it.
If your musical influences were dinosaurs, or you could attribute certain dinosaurian characteristics onto your musical influences, what might that be, or who might those be, or what dinosaurs might you attribute to
I was thinking about this, and I grew up on like prog rock.
Okay.
So really, they're all actually dinosaurs anyway.
Hey, well done.
That was Alice Cooper. What's the spitting one from Jurassic Park?
Oh yeah,
that's Alice Cooper.
Starts with a D. Very good, very good.
Yeah, to be fair, I can't beat that answer.
Okay.
I grew up on classic rock. I grew up on AC/DC, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Bit of Whitesnake.
Then only got into the heart of, I only got into industrial music when I turned 18, really.
Well, stealing eggs is kind of a dirty deed, so maybe AC/DC is those egg stealing ones.
Yes.
There you go. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap here on Space
Ozzy Osbourne
Couch.
would be the ones that don't run very fast.
There you go. But he'd be the last. Well, like all the other dinosaurs would go extinct, and Ozzy'd still be just like puttering around in his dinosaur bathrobe and coffee.
I'm pretty sure he survived the asteroid, to be honest.
Hey,
yeah. He might have started it, to be honest.
Yeah, he is the reason the dinosaurs died.
Yeah,
Ozzy. We solved it. We solved the great mysteries of
Fell
science.
asleep at the wheel.
There you Ozzy Osbourne is an alien. His spaceship was the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Look, we're solving historic truths here on this episode of Space Couch.
This is science, dude. Science.
We are doing, KARKASAURUS notwithstanding, we are chock full of science on this episode. We got new dinosaur species. Amazing. Let's go to the other side. Let's do KARKASAURUS, the video game. Are you like a Godzilla kind of T-Rexing around Reading? Or is it like go on.
I figured like Rock Band.
Oh, okay.
But because you're a T-Rex with tiny arms, you can't play both ends of the guitar. So you've got to do it together. It's two of you have to play each instrument. It's like one of you plays the notes and the other one strums at the other end.
So like
proper collaboration style.
Yeah.
Or like Snake, where we just keep trying to get in the way of each other and accidentally trying to avoid each other on the stage.
that's the mini
literally
game
our
while
sets.
it's
It's the point where we've got both headphone cables round our necks because we've been dancing too hard in the booth. And we're like, reach the deck over there.
What a wonderful
we really
detail.
should just share headphones.
That's how you know you guys are telling the truth, because that's sort of the minutia I would have never thought of a combined DJ set.
So if you ever do it, don't both have coiled headphone cables.
Okay, all right.
Because they just...
Bump. The more you know here on Couch. All right, sweet. So does the dinosaur in the video game have like a robotic prosthesis that allows him to actually play the guitar, or is it just that his arms are so tiny that two people need to sort of contribute?
I think just two people for them to be able to even hold the guitar.
Yeah, and their brains aren't big, so like they maybe each half of a dinosaur brain. Okay, love it, because you guys actually have guitars in the set, so there you go. Cool. You can come out with the sort of Dance Revolution variant where you're one of the wonderful dancers that you had in your live set
definitely
there.
need to do that.
To be fair, that would be brilliant. I could see it all going on. So.
Yeah, I didn't get her onto the clip, I don't think, but there was a wonderful lady dancer from the live show at home show that we.
Yes, that's our friend Em. She actually sung. We did a cover of Papa Roach, Last Resort, with her. So we finished the set with that, and she sang it with us.
Love it. Well, where do we get that? Is karkasaurus.bandcamp.com the best place?
I don't think we ever released that one.
No, I think we need to put it on YouTube probably, because then we don't have to bother licensing it. It'll probably it'll appear somewhere at some point probably.
Okay.
We're kind of going through stuff, because we've learned a lot in the last kind of 2 years of doing it. We're now having to go back and kind of remaster and rewrite everything. So it's got the quality that we want it to have.
Interesting. Well, the copyright thing is interesting. Like, do you guys foresee yourselves being just completely indie, or like is the whole label sort of miasma in anywhere on the horizon for you?
I don't know. If the right opportunity came up, I think we'd talk it through. But because we do everything at the minute for. Like the Boomstick track is free, Beat Cancer. At the minute, neither of us are looking at it as a profit thing or a career. We've both got jobs. Right. So at the minute, the fact that we're just putting everything up as ourselves, it suits us well. It gives us freedom.
It feels right. Like when I was like just coming up into music, like getting signed was this goal, right? It was this constant finish line, and now it's like who cares? I put it up on Bandcamp, and I do better probably than if I went through whoever, Geffen or some. Not that I would ever get signed to Geffen, but like you get to the same place and you get complete.
It just isn't the same thing with labels anymore as well. It's a good support thing. Like we work with some Analog Trash over here.
Oh, great.
With Beat Cancer stuff, and they're brilliant, and they're really, it's more of a like support community.
That's what I'm
for the
talking
bands
about.
than a standard label.
Like that's what I try to do with Tiger Squawk. Like it's this label is a word that sort of gets you there, but it's not the same thing as like Columbia Records or something.
Collection of friends.
There you go. Well, how is it working with Analog Trash? I get their newsletter. They put out a lot of great albums. I was exposed to a lot of their bands through that last Beat Cancer festival.
They're lovely. So I kind of contacted them or met them at Tans when the label that we were working with folded, and it was like, can we have a conversation about this? And went up and met. They're in Manchester. I'm originally from just outside Manchester. So we sat down and went for a meeting. And then 2 hours later, we'd drunk and we'd eaten, and we should probably actually discuss the thing now. They're great. They're friends. Like awesome. It's been beautiful working with them over the years, and their bands are fantastic.
Oh yeah. Much love to Analog Trash. They've been really supportive.
I think
of us.
For us, it's just a case that if you want to book us, you can talk to us direct. We'll probably say yes.
Right.
We're not. That's really it. It's,
I mean, we were pretty much to anything. We did have the line of we weren't going to do house parties.
Right.
We had a friend asked us to do her Halloween house party, and I'm like, Nikki, no, we don't. She met us at Infest after we'd done this 3-hour marathon main stage set. I'm like, that's not really what we do. And she's like, there'll be pole dancers. So we're like, Pee. Should we do it? We'll do it. There weren't pole dancers.
Oh,
They couldn't get the pole up. Instead, they did like these 3 demon cheerleaders did a floor show on the double bed beside the decks.
that is amazing.
So yeah, we'll if you give us good reason for it to be a good fun thing to do.
Hell yeah.
It's not about money. It's about would it be fun?
Because it's there. Like, I mean, I'm used to say like, you know, ending a show with like, thank you very much. Fader heads up next, like in like Helsinki or something.
Yeah.
But I'll also like play my friend's kitchen and have just a great time.
Yeah, like, to be fair, we're in it for a laugh, and you know we'll play. You know, I'd love to play some of the top clubs in the world. Well, I've been lucky enough; I have played a couple.
That's awesome. Well, you've certainly got the talent. Your stuff's amazing.
Then we played XO, yeah.
Where you? Sorry, I talked over you. Where was that?
So I played Ministry. We've done XOYO, which is another top 100 club in the world.
That's in London. Or what? I'm just
guessing. Yeah, in London.
Okay.
But you know, you have almost just as fun in someone's kitchen if it's the right crowd of people.
Totally.
If there's 15 people there having fun, who cares? You know.
Well, especially when we have the amazing audio and visual dino mastery of KARKASAURUS. I am just blown away by both the music and the sound. So I have to ask, is Kark full album coming up? What do you think's next for the mighty KARKASAURUS?
Yeah, we're trying to work out what to do at the minute. I think we've both been quite busy, so
yeah. I hear that.
I think we want to get an EP at least of originals, so not remixes, not mashups. Like, so Boomstick is like the first of that angle of things, and we're working on a few different things.
Oh yeah,
And
exciting!
actually have our own, and then but the albums are a weird thing now. I think you don't often get them anymore. I think the EP thing really works quite nicely
for getting over. Yeah,
a good product out with good sound and a feel that it's a release without having to have the whole kind of 12 tracks.
And the problem we've got is that we're quite creative, so we change our mind of what we like on the heart. So by the time we started the album, we wouldn't like it. So actually, an EP just works for our favorites. Like,
that is an interesting.
We want to do something at that speed. We want to do that. We want to create this sound. Just because we're so multi-genre, we don't really want to stick ourselves down to like one sound.
It does allow you to sort of capture that mosquito and amber a little bit more quickly than just this giant. Well, hope you guys like this stuff I did 3.5 years ago that I don't like anymore. Like,
so I've released one album as like my old electronic project, and that took 6 years. It was written and recorded, and then it took 3 years to finally mix it.
Well,
had some life got in the way a little bit.
Is that something you want to plug? Can we get that?
You can get that. You can get that from the Beat Cancer Bandcamp.
Okay. What's the name of it?
DEP, Draconic Elimination Project.
Draconic Elimination Project. Yes. Check that out.
Which is kind of how Beat Cancer started, because I did remixes for people. People did them for me, and they never ended up on a release. And so I just asked people, "Can I use this for a charity thing?" Because I basically lost a friend account. And then they went, "Oh yeah," told their mates, and their mates went, "Oh, I've got a track." So 7 tracks became 24.
That's pretty great, man.
Insane.
It's gotten us to this really great place, and you know, you may see the Gothicals in Reading fairly soon.
I think that's a given.
Well, yes, we're telling you that will happen.
Nudge.
What's that?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
And wink,
say
wink,
more.
no, say no more. Does
Holiday
your wife
snaps.
like photographs? I don't know, but she does like video produced by the amazing Pee-wee and Kark. Check that out on YouTube while you can. You guys, we are on this flying divan out here into the cosmos. I'm going to bring it on back into the station quickly. Is there anything that we should check out or parting thoughts from KARKASAURUS?
Oh, good. Well, actually, to be fair, there's one last thing.
Yeah.
For anybody in the UK who likes hard dance music, one of our friends passed away last year. he was one of the ones that gave us a lot of shows. So he booked us originally when we first started out, and he passed away at the age of 40 due to complications with surgery. So we've basically just gone and booked an insane hard dance lineup.
Okay. When do we go?
So we're hosting that. We're hosting that next March in the UK, in London.
All right.
And that's all charity as well. That's all for British Heart Foundation.
British Heart Fund. Does the event have a name that you would know?
Yeah, it's Extreme, the Final Showdown.
Extreme, the Final Showdown in March. Check that out. Followed, of course, by Resistance. Yes, but you want to check out the amazing Karkasaurus Insanity online in just a few days for Stay In Fest. Well, double thank you not only for yakking with me, but doing so close to showtime. Definitely appreciate that drive. You guys have really been going forward and accomplishing some amazing things. This is we want to, of course, you guys at home, please, karkasaurus.bandcamp.com. Pick up Boomstick. Thanks for dealing with our weird time dilation today, where I appear back there in the Mesozoic era and also here. But we have to set up these recursion loops to make it work. I mean, honestly,
you've got to keep the portal open, otherwise it just.
We just exposed reality to a hair's width away from collapsing, just so we could talk about music, for an hour. But
that's worth it.
I mean, it's Karkasaurus. What are you gonna do? Not like you gotta get it. So we'll be closing this Large Hadron Collider in just a bit, but not after telling you at home to go to karkasaurus.bandcamp.com. Check out all the live gigs. This is Brian for Space Couch, for Pee-wee, for Karkasaurus.
Thank you, Brian, for having us, man. It's been brilliant.
It's been brilliant. Call the spaceships to Davenport. Prepare for Divanarchy. Interface with a couch in space. This is past and future Brian saying, Space Couch out, dinosaur power! Oh, yeah, you guys. Thank you so much. I keep the dialogue going just over the end credits here, but that was, I know it's significantly later, of course, but thank you so much for staying up and just yakking with me. I really appreciate that.
Thanks for having us.
It's
nice to chat.
Yeah, it was good fun.
It is cleansing with all this sort of chaos in the upcoming Infest to just sort of